Merhaba and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Let's see, did I start a naval invasion against, was it Kyushu? I think that was it that I wanted to take. Yeah. Alright. Do we have all the ships placed where they should be? This task force seems like it's just staying there. This one is going up here. And we're gonna engage them, hopefully. Same with this one. Ooh, they're just going up against 2 battlecruisers. Is that enough? Well, we're not invading Eastern Germany just yet, so this task force can go up here, reinforce. Right. And elsewhere? Yeah, the Scandinavians have these huge task forces here. That would be 7 battleships, 3 battlecruisers. They're in 2 different task forces, so who knows which one we're gonna end up engaging, if any. Right. A lot of engagements this time around. Scandinavia has a revolution. Here we go. Yes. That's the powerful one with the Mark 5 20-inch guns. And it's accompanied by a whole bunch of cruisers. So it's a good thing I had this task force reinforce my 2 battlecruisers, or things would be not easy. Right. It's a night fight. Will the battlecruisers be able to follow the battleships without everything just getting messy? I'm not sure. Because they don't like it when they're told to slow down. At least not when they're told to slow down to follow someone. If I just sail them independently and have them at reduced speed, parallel to the battleships, that might work. And Giddits can be my scout. Yeah, she's had that refit with a Mark III radar. "60 kilometers out." We'll see this time if I thought the enemy battleships, when I fought just a bunch of enemy battleships, I thought they were quite like well behaved. As if they weren't being dumb like they usually are. But that might have been just because they didn't have any escorts messing things up. So we'll see how they do this time. we're just gonna turn this way. Not quite in range yet. They're gonna be outranging me by a little bit. The 18.5s on my battlecruisers actually outrange my 19-inch guns on the 2 American-built battleships by just a little bit. And we are closing in on torpedo range. Let's see, let's select some targets here. That is one huge mess of enemy ships. My battleships can target the enemy battleship, actually. How about the torps? Are you ready? Almost. One torpedo bolt lost. Can you... What the hell are you doing? There. It just instantly exploded. Let's see, I can have some of these destroyers just we can target that one. And you can maybe target that one. And the two in the middle can target the battleship. Actually, I changed my mind. The two on the ends can target the battleship. Just so we get, like, slightly different angles. And that torpedo boat is gonna sink as well. Yep. Took a lot of punishment. But they did get their torpedoes away. Not bad. Some of these torpedoes are just gonna go wide. The enemy's changing course. But we're still getting a few hits. we gotten any hits on the battleship? Yes, 3 torpedo hits on Opal. DD-10 seem to be getting away. The cruisers are bunching up. "31 torpedo hits in total. Looks like my light cruiser missed the enemy battleship. Main tower is out on the enemy battleship. Yeah, they're just sailing it closer. Not even trying to exploit that range advantage. Which I think, let's see. Could you go through my, maybe. You could maybe get, like, deck citadel pens on my battlecruisers. Because it only shows up to 40,000 meters, but it's got longer range than that. It could definitely do some mean stuff to my extended belts and decks with HE. These DDs, I should have gotten them further away. Because now they're getting focused. I was trying to get them to follow my main gun line. I could keep them close and use them again whenever they were reloaded. Now it looks like some of them are not going to survive. Maybe. They're not in too bad shape. You can just hang on for a little bit longer until they reload. I can even get some more torpedoes launched at that battleship. Let's load my 2 battleships with HE for that enemy battleship. Well, those 2 destroyers sank. Unfortunately, that means these 2 are going to be grabbing all the attention. I think we're dealing with Opal though, so we might not need the torpedoes. But if I can launch, I'm gonna launch. It's not that long until we're rearmed. Might as well start approaching now. Can I get close enough though? There are a lot of ships like, wrapping it. Which I don't think is on purpose. I think they were just pursuing my destroyers. So we're just gonna launch at something else. Like those 2 heavy cruisers. Are those torps gonna hit anything? I don't know. I aimed at some ships that were too fast, I think. They led too much. Might miss the cluster. It would be nice if you could launch torpedoes without like aiming at specific ships. And instead just aim at a general area of ocean. So let's get the capital ships in action here. Secondary guns can target that destroyer. When we get closer. I certainly don't need these two battlecruisers wasting their main gun ammunition on a destroyer. Battleship is not doing too well. While my battleships are running out of HE. And you are once again firing at the destroyer. There, destroyer is sunk. Now you're not going to do that again. Yeah, Martel is sinking. We might as well pick some new targets for the battleships. Because they're not going to be controlling that flooding. I'm pretty sure. Because it's all red. The lower hull. Or are they? 3%. Did they actually control? They did control flooding. Just in the nick of time. I mean, it's not going to be firing anything. Might as well just leave it for now. Switch target too soon. Yeah, it's got one compartment here that they're pumping the water out of. You have torpedoes. Yeah, it did seem like they were doing much better in that battle where they didn't have any cruisers and just a couple destroyers. I don't know why that is. lot of damage to these cruisers at this range. Yeah, they're just getting disintegrated. Getting like main belt pens. That's what doing the huge damage hits, like 20,000 damage per hit. And of course the cruisers. The light cruisers are having that happening too. And funnel penetrations, apparently. Also causing a lot of damage. And the sun is rising. It's still technically a night battle. I don't think this French task force will see daylight. Come on, game. Can you, like, let me pick targets without just ignoring half my clicks? There. Three cruisers and one destroyer left. For now. My cruisers can handle this destroyer, Somali. Yeah. There he goes. Oh, my battleships have handled the two cruisers. They were assigned targets. My cruisers can handle the enemy light cruiser, and my capital ships can finish off this battleship, which we've been ignoring for a while. 0. There she goes. Not bad. That cost me 2 destroyers, 2 torpedo boats. I'd say that's acceptable. Let's see, what's next? A single light cruiser, apparently. And the battlecruisers can handle this one, so I'm just sending the rest of the task force home. The ones with the 3 funnels. These have been around for a while. There we go, first hit already. 4-deck pen. Can we repeat that? I'm trying to hide in their smoke screen now. We've had a lot of secondary guns destroyed. There we go. The main belt pens I was looking for. Nice. Charles Martel. These are the ones with the Mark III 20-inch guns. Not as scary as the others, but much better looking. These are good looking ships. If I was going for a like peace treaty victory over France, I might be tempted to keep these alive, just damaged, and then grab them as war operations and refit them. I think I could make them look very good. But we are trying to squash them completely and make them not exist anymore. And when I'm the only remaining nation, oh, we're firing already, I'm not gonna need any more battleships. Let's see, have you join in? Only 3, no, 4 cruisers. Right. 4th one is here. We're gonna do some organizing of the fleet. Yeah, they were set to screen by default. I wonder if that is part of the AI's issue. That everything is just set to screen instead of sailing out and doing something useful. Not that a screen can never be useful, but it just typically isn't. Murad the Third. Follow the cruisers for now. Yeah, we're like just in range, just barely. These are the two original Osmans. They got slightly longer guns than the second series. So they're not as good at deck penetrations, but they have longer range. Let's see, Suleiman and Sahi, you can target the battle cruisers. Sultan Osman and Hamza Bey start targeting battleships. Tremblant has already taken some big hits. Only the 18s have done anything so far. Torpedo bolts already coming under fire. Wait, they've got two Tremblants, and I think I've seen one with that name. 3. And I'm pretty sure I've seen one of this class with that exact name in a previous battle. Some kind of clever ruse they're trying to play on me. Anyway, we are in torpedo range with the torpedo bolts. I've seen this name before, too. I mean, at least they have names, so I can't complain. It's better than, like, BB, bunch of numbers. Let's just hope the destroyers don't accidentally eat a bunch of hits here. But at least the destroyers made the made it into torpedo range. You get a Tremblant. You get a mirror boat. There we go. Register my click, please. Savoy. And another Tremblant. Gonna have everyone retreat independently. Some of these torps are gonna go wide. The enemy line is changing course. I think quite a few of them are gonna hit. At least these should be doing something. So I was hoping. There we go. Savoy gets some torpedoes too. We're gonna get 2 more. Destroyers. And some of the torpedo boats getting away. 1 torpedo boat lost. This poor battlecruiser, not even a torpedo hit, just accurate 18-inch fire. Here's one that is undamaged. The gun line is getting too far away. See, torpedoes off again. We're gonna keep you around. So only 12 torpedo hits. That's not too bad, given that, you know, it wasn't a super densely packed nonsense formation. You do not have any torpedoes left, do you? They've blown up. Means you might as well go home. There goes battlecruiser Danzig. First capital ship kill. You can see how much more damage she was taking just because she didn't have those inner layers, making it very vulnerable to actual citadel penetrations. I'm gonna have all of you ODHE for now. Just to get some big damage hits. Because yeah, we're not really going through this. Potentially, maybe at max range. No, not these guns. But the other, from the half-sisters. The slightly shorter 20-inch guns. Could maybe score deck pens at max range. That's a pretty big maybe. We got one torpedo boat way out here. Rearmed. Basically intact. There goes Soleil. What did you in? 4 belt pens. I know one of those hits said main belt pen, but I think that was one of those... There goes Tremblant as well. I think that was one of those situations where like a hit kind of counts as a main belt pen, but it didn't actually go through the citadel layers. Something I still need to like actually do some testing on. But I've heard others say they've seen that happen as well, so I don't think it's just me. And also practically immune to flooding. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of flooding when it's taking huge damage like this, but at that point you're probably just gonna die from structure depletion instead. That. Are we targeting a bunch of cruisers now? Let me see. You might as well just get that over with, you two. Those cruisers, they can be AP penned. One Tremblant gone. Well, another one. 3 of them. You're gonna hit my cruiser. Yes. But it was not very effective. Well, let's put you back on HE. Put this one out of its misery. Almost done with Mirabeau. Let's get today's thumbnail. Like so. Battleships on the battleship, cruisers on the cruiser. And there we go. Just everything not protected by the citadel is just getting demolished. And the last cruiser also sinks. That was a lot of enemy capital ships sent down without much difficulty, really. Yeah, 2 torpedo boats, 1 destroyer. That's not, again, very acceptable rate of loss. But don't let my destroyer and torpedo boat crews hear that. That's not good for morale. Right. So these are 2 of the really good battleships. With, yeah, the 12 Mark V 20.6-inch guns each. And a decent amount of escorts. We got 4 Tanzimots. They only have 17.5s. So we're kinda gonna be outgunned here. Kind of. I do have twice as many battleships as they do, though. So, not that bad. And also, again, destroyers and torpedo boats. Ah, yeah, the DD-56s. With the extra long-range torpedoes. But we're saving this one for next time. Goodbye, and take care.